I'm Blake.
And I'm PJ.
And this is the Church Podcast, Episode 2, The Good.
That's the title, by the way.
Yeah.
And this is beer.
And this is straight vodka.
Yeah. Well,
it's water.
For this episode, we wanted to start off on the right foot and talk about all of the ways that we grew from being at church. Mm-hmm. And the ways that churches could potentially be a good force. I wouldn't have stayed there for over 10 years, and you wouldn't have stayed there for 6 years if we didn't have good experiences.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that kind of balance out the negative ones. But
yeah,
everything happens for a reason.
I think one thing that we learned this last year was to look at the positive things that we took from it. I feel like that helped us get through this whole last year. You know, was remembering the things that we did learn and the good things that happened there. Yeah. Because without that, I mean, we wouldn't have each other. We wouldn't have our beautiful baby girl. You know, yeah. So reflecting on all of this helps us move forward more productively.
There's a lot of good memories and just a lot of love, and everything just got twisted in the end.
The friendships that we had there were really awesome. I felt like we were able to talk about real deep stuff, and I appreciated being able to talk about how I felt about God, you know, with other people who understood where I was coming from. For the most part, I felt like I learned how to be a good friend.
I really valued the vulnerability that you could have at church. You know, and I feel like even people that don't believe in God, they go there knowing that it's supposed to be a safe place and that they're at a low point in their life. And that's definitely something I feel like the church still has intact. The initial experience is very loving and welcoming, and I think a lot of churches do that nowadays. And I think where I'm at right now with that is just that I doubt that the authenticity of it, you know? But, you know, to me it was real. Yeah. And I'm sure to some it was real. I think the people that have reached out to us and shown love since we left, like, I feel like to them it was real too. Now pretty much everyone seems to be gone from that place, and they've started a new thing, and I hope they're leaving with those good aspects, you know, and it just becomes a really great community. The church that we were at, we were so driven to build and to create something great and historical and epic, regardless of the negative things that we came across. I definitely have this thing ingrained in me that if I have a passion for something, or if I want to accomplish something, why wouldn't you just do it? I feel like I definitely didn't have that before going to church, and I definitely appreciate that about the people that we were surrounded with. They're, you know, just pushing each other, and you know, I don't even think we'd be doing this.
I think something that I learned there that I think I will have forever is like not being afraid to start something new. I wasn't afraid to start this with you and you know, get the website and you know, start our YouTube channel and submit it and all that stuff. It was like so exciting. So I think that that's something too that we're gonna have with us for probably forever.
I think over the course of the years, I just now have a full confidence that God knows my heart. He made it. And I don't have to be like anyone else. I don't have to fabricate something that looks really worshipful or powerful, you know, for it to be powerful and worshipful. Another aspect of that is like, you know, if you're at church or around other Christians, not comparing myself. I feel like something I can attribute this to, like, our like pastors there, being confident in my individual relationship with God, and it doesn't have to look like somebody else. I don't have to do the things that they do. I don't have to be a pastor or run a church or anything. I believe that God loves me the way I am.
Yeah.
And that should be highlighted, you know?
Yeah.
That God loves each and every one of us, and made us on purpose.
Just looking back at this whole last year, I can just see God working in our lives even after we did such a terrible thing. Just knowing that God doesn't see us like that, no matter what anybody else thinks. It's just such a wonderful feeling.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like he's shown us that this whole past year. And I'm super glad that we got to experience so much love and peace and protection from God, even when there's no reason we should have, felt that way. So
yeah, I even feel like there's a lot of people, turned off by church, and so they just associate church with God and the way people behave with God, and everybody fucks up.
Yeah.
Everybody does dumb shit. Like, accept it. Like, stop putting yourself on a pedestal because it makes people feel bad.
Yeah.
And there's a reason that some people don't want to go to church. It's because they think that God's mad at them, or that God is going to treat them the way that church people treat them.
Right.
And that's completely false, you know. And it's like, like you said, the whole time we always had what we needed.
Yeah.
Like crazy open doors, And I'm not saying this to like prove that, anything to anyone.
Yeah.
The fact is like, like work was always there, family and support was always somewhere. The people that we needed showed up. And like, so I don't know, just like, there was a lot of opportunity for God to express his judgment towards me.
Yeah.
And it never happened. It was the opposite. God knew it was going to happen, and he made preparations beforehand. And that's what he's doing every day for everybody.
Yeah. So if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And you can also follow us on all the social media that we listed in the description below.
And shout out to Sierra Nevada Brewery for Hot Bullet in a can. Even though I put it in a glass.